And what's the path that one must tread to gaining this realization?
Get this awareness, experience. जो मुझ में है वो उनमें भी है, वो सब में है. See, like the statements like Aham Brahmasmi.
Yes.
Is it a statement or a mantra or a declaration of a spiritual condition inside yourself? If you keep reciting, I am Brahman, Brahmasmi, or Anal Haq, a repetition of words,
Yes.
that will not lead you to become Brahma.
Yes.
Only when you have arrived at that state
Yes.
and you experience yourself and I feel that I am that. It's the beginning. And next stage of your progress would be when you feel that what is in me, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma. You also begin to feel all are Brahma.
Yes, right.
And then another stage arrives at, and you say, all from Brahma.
Yes.
Then this is really experienced within, then the problems can dissolve.
Right. From the beginning of history, from the beginning of when we started keeping historical records, has a time ever occurred when everybody was one? Everybody realized that we are all Brahma. Is it possible to practically make it happen?
Well, there was a time, Vedic time, in Vedic times, and even pre-Vedic times, which I was talking to you about. 72 generation, even before Raja Dasharath. In Vedic times, there were no temples or
Yes.
external worships. External worship was the product of inner experience. When the sages and saints began to receive messages from higher world, higher dimensions, and they wrote it, whatever they received, they wrote it or expressed in their own words. They knew the best. They knew Sanskrit, so they expressed it in Sanskrit.
Yes.
If they had known Farsi, they would have expressed it in Farsi.
Yes, sure.
Whatever they experienced, they transcribed it in words. Their experience was that God is everywhere. So they say God is in space, so they used to worship Akash also.
Yes.
They used to worship rivers because they used to feel the presence of that, Prakriti or nature in that.
Yes.
They would worship trees, they would worship animals,
Yes.
they would worship other human beings.
Yes.
Anything and everything was becoming worshipable in those days. So there was no need of temples. Today, we worship out of rituals.
Yes.
We bow our heads down to, let us say, a peepal tree,
Right.
to a cow, to a river, to a mountain. We have reverence, but we don't feel the presence. They felt the presence, the rishis of Vedic times. They felt the presence and their head bowed down.
Yes.
Our heads are bowing down, but we don't feel it. That's a big difference.
We're doing it mechanically.
We do it mechanically.
Right.
So that was the period when there was so much of harmony and peace.
So it's happened in the past.
It had happened, and it can happen again. We have to keep our hopes alive,
Yes.
and we have to keep trying at our own individual level. I cannot expect others to also feel godly presence. If you even force it on someone, hey, why don't you also feel?
That's not the way.
That is also a kind of a grosser approach.
Hmm.
There is also some sort of violence,
It is.
insisting that you should also get converted to my way of meditation. That is also
It is
violence.
violence. Yes.
God would never want you to do that.
So, what are your plans for the future for the mission?
One heart at a time.
Okay.
We teach them meditation, and through meditation, hopefully, little by little, generation after generation, I think
Hmm.
we'll be able to make some progress.
And you're also focusing on other countries around the world. You said 160 countries, right?
We currently are present, but our majority of our seekers are here in India.
Okay.
India is a land of spirituality, and I think it will always remain that as a beacon of spirituality. You see, it's a never-ending evolutionary cycle. I've observed even in such a beautiful system like Sri Ramchandra Mission's offering of heartfulness. Some people who have started yesterday,
Mhm.
they are at some level of awareness. Some people who started 10 years back, they are at another level.
Yes.
Though some who will start 10 years later, they will be having a different. So, this different level of awareness means different level of understanding.
Yes.
And when these people with different level of understanding comes together,
Mhm.
there will always be some sort of turmoil,
I see.
however peaceful it may be.
I see. Peaceful turmoil. I see.
There will be differences.
Yes.
Differences, even in arguments. Because this person understands from one level, this person understands from another level.
And the levels don't match.
Yeah. Even when you are at the same height, I think.
Mhm.
Let's see, you are at top of Everest.
Mhm.
You are on the tip.
Yes.
Your wife is also there.
Mhm.
Would you be standing on the
We will be say standing on the same ground.
same ground, right? But facing at least some different angles.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
What you see and what she sees will be different.
It'll be different.
And when the peak is such that only one can stay,
Hmm.
one will be standing here, one will be standing there,
Yes.
opposite directions.
Yes.
So Buddha, few thousand years back, Muhammad Sahib, 1200 years back, or 1300 years back, Mahavira, same as I think Buddhaji, Krishna at some point, we at some level today, different times, different levels of consciousness, the opinions will be different
Yes.
of the same reality.
Yes.
Expressions will be different. Languages are different.
Yes.
Your conditioning at a community level is also different based on your country's geography.
Yes.
So, differences of expression is what religions are all about. But if you deeply ponder over it, the essence is same.
Hmm.
Essence of Christianity, essence of Judaism, essence of Islam, essence of Hinduism. It's all same.
Very. It's a lot of food for thought.
Yes.
Right. So, what sets India apart from other cultures, other civilizations? You said that India, most of the people, many of the people who follow the path are in India. So, is India a place that makes people more spiritually aware or inclined? Is there something special about India?
Special thing about India is even in one house, a person can be following a Buddhism, another, can be following some worship of a Shankara or another fellow worshipping Vaishnava
Yes.
tradition,
Yes.
another totally different Arya Samaj, right? Now, who is right, who is wrong, we don't argue.
Yes.
That's the beauty of this land,
Very democratic.
very accepting.
Very accepting.
We like your choice, that's all.
Yes.
We don't, we don't argue on that.
Yes.
And the same person would have gone through all of this in some point of life. You may have worshipped Krishna at certain times, you may have worshipped Shankara at some times,
Yes.
you would meditate at some point. You would also go to church and meditate there also for some time. So Hindu, I think by and large, Hindu culture, it's a very broad, generous culture, I would
Yes.
say. And this polytheistic approach is the beauty of this land.
Yes. Right.
Polytheism means they believe in everything.
Right.
But they don't perceive it, unfortunately. They have to go a little bit deeper into one rather than going into many directions. It's like, digging well in multiple locations.
Yes.
You'll not find water.
Right. Yes.
Problem with monotheistic approaches, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they believe in one.
Yes. Right.
Problem there is no one is better than our religion.
Yes.
My religion is the best. Others are not good. That ego kills them, that arrogance destroys them. That becomes the barrier between them and God.
Right. So today there is this epidemic of depression, mental illness. This is something that wasn't there earlier, like 20, 30 years ago. Why is this so rampant these days? And especially it's youngsters who are falling prey to this. What is the reason for this, sir? And what is the solution?
There are too many things to play around with. Right. Children in the house, from the very beginning, there's so much available. Small car, then blue car, they want yellow car, they want red car. Later on, something else starts. Availability of so many things. And if it's not there, they become sad, they become angry. I have never seen anger coming out in children during my times when we grew up.
Right.
These children, they don't get something and they lose their head. They scream for hours. They cry. They throw all kinds of tantrums. It starts very early. Possessiveness starts very early. And we are the culprits, parents. Oh, I didn't have it, so my children should have more than I had. So much of availability of things. And they're not able to adjust because of multifarious things that are easily available. They cannot adjust. Rapidly changing society. Whenever there is a transformation happening rapidly, it becomes very difficult to adjust with the change.
Yes.
And this rapid change is another problem
Yes.
to adjust with. You become unstable.
Right.
There is more and more of more and more. And if you don't have that, you become angry and upset.
Yes.
Right? Lord Krishna's statement in Sloka 58 of chapter 2, it's all about that. From desire, if those desires are not fulfilled, what happens? You become irritable, Krodha is produced after that.
Yes.
If a man remains angry for some time, he becomes fearful. From fear is born this lack of discrimination. Manas is lost. And when manas is lost from a human being, his humanity is lost.
Yes.
And then, many things will attack you, including anxiety. You can become suicidal because, oh, there's so much things I wanted and it's not happening. Losing hopes.
Right. Yes. So we're in this period of very rapid technological change, this artificial intelligence and all kinds of technologies that are coming up very rapidly. I think we are going through the fastest technological evolution that we've ever witnessed as a species. And that obviously is going to cause lots of problems for people. People can't adapt to the rapid change and all. So, what advice would you give to people? How to cope with the changing world?
As a species and as an individual, I would say. Giving a small example from family life. If my children they learn things, I'm happier. If they don't learn, I become unhappy. New things in life, they should always. But at the same time, my expectations are they should maintain some level of integrity, high standards in life.
Yes.
At the same time, they should also adapt to new situations. They cannot say that I have enough and I will not adapt to new technology and don't do anything, or I will not start new businesses.
Yes.
So, while maintaining your higher standards, by that I mean your inner uh, invincibility.
Yes.
You have to maintain that stoic nature, stoic culture, that high discipline, and keep adapting to whatever changes are occurring outside. Nothing wrong with fast moving technologies. It's okay. It's all right. And we all have the adaptability. We have the ability to adapt.
Yes.
Yeah. And I cannot become critical and say artificial intelligence is bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is bad only when I depend too much for everything.
Yes.
If I expect that artificial intelligence will improve my soul, improve my character, no. Then you are giving yourself on some sort of a lease to be handled by someone else,
Yes.
right? So, artificial intelligence is good if we can use it for our own benefit.
Right.
Artificial intelligence, for example, if I say, please cook for me half a dozen chapati, 3 guests are coming, this sabji and that sabji with this taste, it can prepare it. It it can give so much of spare time to rest of the family members.
Yes.
But what will you do with that spare time?
Exactly.
Would you be more creative? If you can become more creative by taking advantage of AI who saved you time, then you're progressive.
Yes. Right. So my final question is: there are so many problems that the world is facing: climate change, pollution, deforestation. Are you overall optimistic about the future of humanity?
Yes. If you look deeply at UNESCO's or United Nations Sustainable Achievement goals, you know, SDGs, no? Where is pollution-free planet? Air, soil, water,
Yes.
right? Good health, education to children, nourishment. There is, I think, 17, 18 SDGs are there.
Right.
When you study them, main root cause of all this, if you analyze this, soil pollution,
Yes.
why would they do it? Water pollution,
Yes.
because the affluents from the industries are thrown into it.
Yes.
They don't want to detox these
Yes.
chemicals.
Yes.
They don't want to detox because they want to save money.
Yes.
Again, greed.
Greed.
Likewise, anything and everything, I would say. It's the root cause is greed. I want to possess more and more with less and less.
Indeed. Yes.
Some countries are starving. Some countries have so much greed here, poverty here,
Yes.
lack of generosity here. Everything that you see in SDGs are the product of one pollution, thought pollution.
Right.
In dialogue between Raja Janak and sage Astavakra, it's a very profound dialogue. It's the times of Sita,
Yes.
right, and Rama. Raja Janak asked a question: how can I attain liberation? How can I have higher knowledge? And how can I detach myself? How to develop detachment? So to this, Astavakra answers. Abundant desires, wishes like Visham,
Visham.
treat them like poison, all your desires. And develop 5 fundamental things. And all those 5 fundamental things are applied today. All these SDG goals can be satisfied by United Nations.
Okay.
Right? Number 1 is Arjav, sincerity. You have to be sincere in your life. You want to do something, you have to be sincere about it. You want to serve someone, be sincere. Just don't give words,
Yes.
false promises.
Yes.
Politicians. This applies a lot to politicians.
Indeed, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Santosha. If you are content, why would you bother anybody else?
Yes.
You are happy, content with yourself. Anything over and extra, you'll share it with others.
Absolutely. Yes.
So things like that, I think 5, those major things. Even if we apply one Arjo, I think a lot of problems can be solved. Be sincere about
Right.
everything that you do in life. Are you sincere enough to believe in God? And if you are sincere about believing in God, are you doing anything for it? If you are not doing anything towards the fulfillment of your belief, you are not sincere.
Yes. Right.
So, belief is an empty word.
Right.
And many people remain happy throughout their life. Oh, I believe in God, it's enough. It's a lie.
Right, sir. That itself should be a great takeaway for the viewers. So, thank you.